So we got the spine, we got the ribs. Let's see what happens to the pelvic bone. First thing we definitely need to do is get it pushed up there. And again, there is a very strong consideration to happen. So remember, human pelvis is meant to be orientated in this direction where there's a front view, it's coming to the back, okay, and then up is in this direction, down is there. And so basically, you know, there's all these intestines, little babies, you know, organs, all that stuff that's sitting inside that bowl. And the part of the pelvic's job is, you know, to house all that stuff. But that's not the case with the canine, where in our case, it's totally flipped around. And so they don't need to hold the intestines. There's other things that are happening in there that are stretching to hold all of that stuff together. You know, there's other things that are going to start to compensate for it. And so that means, as you'll see in almost all quadrupeds, that means that the depth that we have here, the depth that we have, that we evolved to be able to hold our intestines, the babies we carry, all of that stuff, all of that squashes down until what the pelvic bone really ends up starting to serve is as though it is this fulcrum that's connected in with the spine, and it's serving to handle all the pressure from the legs, which are basically holding that end of it up. So all it really has to do at this point, if we just do a quick leg, all it really has to do is just sit on top of the femur so that it kind of connects in with the spine and everything can kind of hang down from there. It's really, I mean, the cool thing is it's kind of like an arch. I mean, it's really, at the end of the day, the only purpose it has is to sit on top of that pillar and then serve as an anchor for things that are dropping off of it onto the rest of the leg, you know, in order to power locomotion and all of that stuff. We just at this point need it to basically help us move all of it. So it's not holding the intestines. Now it's actually a capital for a pillar that's serving as a anchor point for all of the muscles of attachment and whatnot. Same thing that ours does. It serves the same purpose for the attachments, but it also serves the purpose of ours does of holding intestines. Theirs doesn't. So it squashes in. And the easiest way that you can adjust that, you just start squashing that in. And then rotate it. Okay, that's about a good angle, somewhere around 30 degrees or so. Let's show everything else. So draw, Control Shift. Okay, and then better yet, let's mask everything and pull that up. And in. Something like that. Okay, move that back so it sits, and there you go. Alright, now, of course, because our pelvis is there to hold stuff, it's spread out as well. Not only is it deeper, but it's also wider. So now what we need to do is adjust this. But how is this going to adjust? What are going to be the mechanisms in the overall shape? In general, you're going to find the same shapes across the board, so I'll just sketch it out real quick. Basically, you need to have this sacrum, basically this cube, that's then going to be connecting wings that go like this. They're just as simple as the lines I'm drawing right now. Okay, ischial spines come back like they do. Okay, so this is, again, those are the ischial spines we have. Okay, there's not a lot of modification that happens there. But where there is a lot of modification is in the ilium. Remember the ilium. That is getting modified more than anything else, except for the global shrinking in or loss of depth. So we're going to look again at the square, and then, okay, ischial spines look okay. The ilium does not. So you could come in and let's say polyframe. Let's see if I can use move elastic to just move that in. It's getting some results. Let's use move topological. Okay, and just get the wing in. Move that sacrum in as well. Alright, now we would also take the coccyx and we would start to add vertebrae to that. I'm not going to do that. Just going to leave it there as a sign of future potential. Okay, I'm going to move the wings of the ilium in. I'm going to move where the great trochanter, which is not the great trochanter in them, I'm going to move that connection inwards. Okay, so it's matching up, not exactly with the spine. You're going to say the box of the spine here. It's going to be offset a little bit, but it's inside of the wings. Going to flatten and bring that pubic symphysis up a little bit. There we go. Alright, and let's look at this from a 3/4 view and see if we've got that under control. We're going to want the wing to come out. Let's do that in green. And then in. And so everything I'm Xing out in red, that's all going to get chopped off. It's part of that profile that's changing in our hip structure. So, move topological. Okay, so we get that, and a little bit of a lift. And pull in a little bit. Move topological is what's allowing me to kind of only work with parts of that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, doing okay. Let's just bring this down. And we can already see, the muscles built in there that put in, that are waiting for us to just have the attachments to. Solo mode. Just want to get that a little. Yeah. And there we go. Okay, that's going to serve enough for me.